really grateful to talk with you.
Yeah.
Sir, till before 1 week, I was getting the call from accountability partners always. But
Mhm.
well, last 1 week, I didn't get any call to from any accountability partner. So should I contact because I didn't save anyone number? Sorry for that because I am so busy in there. So
Okay,
how
so
can I
it
contact?
might have happened. You would not have saved the numbers. It might have happened. There are 2 to 3 reasons why this happens. The first thing first is there are around 5 to 6 accountability partners that we have, right? So different people calling you if you have not saved a number, if you have not saved Kavita ma'am's number or Riti's number or Amugha's number or Hina's number or Yamshi. We've got 5 people out here. We have sometimes Shia ma'am will also be giving you a call. So point is we've got 5 to 6 people giving you a call. If you have not saved the numbers, then automatically you will not be getting the update. But in all such cases, when the accountability partner is not able to connect with you or you are not getting calls for 3 to 4 days, we don't ask. Even Shreya has put a message in the group. Even in the notifications group, what Shreya ma'am has sent is the particular message that if you're not receiving calls for 3 to 4 days, last 3 to 4 days, not 1 day, not 2 days, 3 to 4 days, if you have continuously not received a call, please put a message to Shreya and we'll activate, we'll check what's happening, what's wrong. Sometimes what happens, Bablu, is maybe we are trying from our end to give you a call. So suppose Riti gave you a call on Wednesday, Riti gave you a call on Friday, Kavita gave you a call on Monday, and 3 times you did not pick up. So what automatically happens, you feel that maybe you don't want to get disturbed, and that is why sometimes we respect your particular decision of not picking up the call. We update our team that maybe he is busy or something like that. So then the calls don't go. Otherwise, in all probability, a call attempt is made from our side. Maybe in your case, what we can give you is a screenshot of the attempts that we have made. So Yamshi, please arrange a screenshot of these calls which have gone to Bablu in some time. We'll arrange for a call, missed call alert of what has gone to you. But our request would be, don't wait for that day to come. If you're feeling the call is not coming, I can understand it's difficult for all of you to save all the numbers. It's difficult. I can understand 5 numbers saving. Maybe we add another 6 members today. So today, what has happened? Vikash Kushwaha, one of our 4% member, so he picked up some calls and some top 25 of our list, and he started giving random calls to people saying that I'm calling from MMDC and I'm calling from the 4% club. I'm here to practice with you, right? So when he will be giving you a call, this is an absolutely new number. So you will definitely not be having that saved. But in all such cases, right? In all such cases where you are not getting a call, you just put a small message to share, ma'am, I'm not getting a message. Ma'am, calls, arrange calls, please. And she'll check which group you are, whether you are in challenges group or defenders group, and she'll arrange a call back as soon as possible. That is what the process is. And we want to follow the process properly, and we are doing it properly. But sometimes it happens once in a while, it will happen that you're not receiving a calls. Sometimes because of you not receiving the call, sometimes because of some error at our end also. It might happen. But in your case, if you have received the calls earlier, it should not have happened that you're not getting a call. So we'll cross check and we'll get back to you, Ablu. Any other question that you have?
No, sir. Actually, last 3 days I lost one SIM and I am using another one SIM.
Okay,
But
so you have
I updated to Surya ma'am that they can add the in group. But I
I
think
think
this is this is a
Kavita and
misunderstanding.
it's a
Yeah, yeah.
misunderstanding. It's a one off case. So it's not a regular one, I think. And I think Hina, Kavita, Riti, both are here. Amog is not here. Amog is not here. So Kavita, please take a note of that. I hope the message would have
I
been sent.
called him, but his number is switched off.
Okay, the
So
old
I
number would be switched off,
yeah
might
yeah
be.
old number might be off.
Okay. Got it, Kavita. So point
Okay,
is,
okay, sir. No,
we'll get that sorted. It's a very good that you asked the question, because the process now became clear to so many of us of what's happening behind the scene of what we are doing in the actual meeting, right? So thank you so much, Bablu, for raising this question, because so many people would have got their doubts clear about what is the process of calls and how the calls are made from the back end. Yes, thank you so much, Bablu. So next one
yes, sir.
online,
Thank you.
I think Sunil is asking this question. Sunil question is basically question number 13, which is I'm facing issues in sentence formation. So Sunil, what level are you in? Can we just interact, Sunil? If you can unmute yourself and you can ask your question directly, Sunil, if you're there. Yes, Sunil,
Yes,
you
sir.
can unmute. Hi, good evening.
Yeah, I'm doing. Um, This is my sixth day. I
Sixth day. Okay.
joined exactly when you speak, and I try to speak anything, but the sentence formation is not correct, and that grammar mistakes when it's completed. But I am using so many times will and he is woman, but I am using in he like that some.
Okay.
Hello.
So how do you know that your grammar is not right?
Oh, yeah.
How do you come to know that your grammar is not right when you're speaking with somebody? How do you know that your grammar is not right?
Sir, your
Somebody
voice
told
is
you point.
not clear. Is breaking.
It's breaking. Anybody else who feels the same? Is my voice breaking?
Hello.
No, sir, it's coming very well.
Yes,
Uh,
yes, your voice is breaking.
Yes, sir,
it's
you're perfectly audible, sir.
It's
no. I
in my
think
side.
everybody's
My
saying my voice is audible. Rakib is saying your
Yes,
voice
you
is
are
coming like
audible.
buffering. I think it depends on your network
okay.
also sometimes. So check your network whether you are near to a particular window or door. Just come.
Yes.
It just do that at your end, and I think the problem will be sorted. So there are 2 to 3 things. Yes, Rajara
Yeah,
is also saying
now it's clear. Sir.
now it's clear. It's about network issues at your end maybe, or maybe small end at my end.
Yeah, right.
So there are 2 things that you said. There one is sentence formation, and the second one is basically practice. So how many videos have
Yeah,
you made
yes.
in what? How many videos have you made in this entire 6 days that you have there with MMDC?
Four.
4 videos. Very good. That's a very great number.
Three. Sorry, three videos.
Three videos. Okay. So did you make the introduction video?
Yeah, yes, sir. Right. One is
Very good.
introduction video, and two is
Acha, what is
the
your
task
exposure
based.
to English? Can you just tell me whether you're from regional medium or not?
Telugu medium.
You're from regional medium.
Yes.
Okay. So there are 2 things about sentence formation. The number one thing that is required, I've told you many times. Just give me a second.
Yes.
Right. So there are 2 things that happens when we are talking about any particular topic, right? So the first thing that is there is that whenever we are speaking on a particular topic, we should be having the content on that particular topic. So the sentences you're not able to form is all because of the content. If the content is new, definitely there will be issues with respect to sentence formation, and that is your a real problem. Your real problem is not English sentence formation. Your problem is on that particular topic. Are you exposed to English? Right. So that is the major problem. That is a big problem. Now, if you start talking on any particular random topic, you will definitely face issues with sentence formation. But if you have got exposed on that particular topic, if you have read some 100 lines on that particular topic, if you have made some notes on that particular topic, then you will not be facing sentence formation issues, because you are already having the prepaid sentences, right? Pre-planned sentences. You have got some customized sentences already available on that particular topic for you. Then you just have to create a video, and then the sentence formation will not be a problem. Sentence formation will become a problem only when you're speaking on a new topic. And that is why what we are doing for 21 days, we're giving you 21 different topics, so that on various topics you become clear. On various topics you get content, more and more content. So on 30 topics, we want you to make 30 times better. It's a 90-day journey that we have with us. It's a 21-day challenge. But if you want to improve yourself on a regular basis, on a continuous basis, we ask you to wait for 90 days, and we ask you to make your videos for 90 days. That is what we ask you to do. Now, if you do it for 90 days, you'll be getting content on 90 topics, on 90 different particular, content on 90 different topics. Now, what is going to happen because of it? Your brain will be getting so much of content, varied content, and multiple number of sentences you'll be reading because of multiple exposure. Now, what happened with Once Upon a Time? How do you remember Once Upon a Time? You don't even think when making a sentence which contains Once Upon a Time. You don't even think about what is the sentence, which word will come at which place. That is the issue with sentence formation. What is the issue with sentence formation? I'm not able to get what word will come after what. That is the issue with sentence formation, and that will get solved only by continuous exposure. And that is what we are doing through the process, the MMDC process of finding out content from Google, listening to content from YouTube, writing it down in your own words, a summary, and then creating a video is exposing you to so much of English, so much of sentence already, so much of phrases you're learning on a daily basis because of this process that we are giving you. And when you repeat that for 30 days, for 21 days, for 90 days, automatically there is an accumulation and a repetition of a lot of new words, new sentences, new phrases. And that will lead to your fluency with the sentences. That will lead to the fluency with your sentence formation. You will be able to make sentences properly by the exposure that you will be doing in this 90 days period. So the process is defined in such a way that you should be getting a lot of RSLW, listening, reading, speaking, and writing. When you do that, then automatically these word sentence problems will automatically vanish. But the point is you have to get exposed to it. It will not happen in 5 days time. It will not happen in 6 days time. You will get to see the results after 20 days, after 30 days, after 40 days. See, it's a process. Everybody has to go through a particular process. And I think you are also going through a particular process of learning those particular sentences. And what is happening in the multiple number of days, what is happening when you're reading the sentences again and again? One topic, many of the topics are common, right? Many of the topics have common sub topics. So what's happening on one particular topic, you start a topic on a particular way, and another topic also starts in a particular way. When it gets repeated in your mind, automatically the sentence part of it will also get repeated. You'll be able to memorize that. Your brain is already built for languages. Your brain is already built for languages. To learn a language is a natural skill that you already have. The only problem right now is you're not using it in the right way. Right? If you start using it in the right way, words will start coming automatically. The word, the grammar part of it or the sentence formation part will come automatically to you by the exposure that you are doing. So what we are getting you do is, we have put you in a container. At MMDC, what we do, we put you in a container of English. There are so many people around you who are all speaking in English. You're getting continuously exposed. Right now, when you're listening to me, right now, so many people will be asking their question in the breakout room. Everywhere, what we're doing, we're just continuously exposing you to more and more of English. You're listening to more English, you're reading more English, you're speaking more English. And because of that exposure, more and more sentences, more and more new particular words are you're listening. And trust me, your brain is a magnet for all these sentences and words. So because we have told you, because the fastest way to learn English is to memorize as many phrases as possible. So when you're listening to me right now, when you're actually watching YouTube, when you're reading something, your brain is automatically catching hold of all these phrases, right? And because of that, you'll be automatically able to improve your sentence formation. But what is required? Exposure. I will not say grammar, because grammar is a long way of reaching to your goal. If you have a lot of time, if you have got a lot of patience, if you don't get bored, if you don't get sleepy while solving grammar exercises, you can do that too. I'm not saying you cannot do that. You can do that. It will definitely be impressive. It will definitely be good for you. But it's a long term process. It's a boring process. If you can go away and go ahead and do that, good for you. But this particular method of getting exposed to content, more and more of content, see, how have you learned your English as a how have you learned your mother tongue? If you look at your mother tongue, how have you learned your mother tongue? It was through repeated exposure and listening. You are getting, as a small 1 year kid, as a small 6 month kid, what were you doing? You're doing most of listening and observing, listening and observing, listening and observing. You did not speak for the first 1 year. Have you noted that? For the first 1 year, but that was a small period of time. You were a small kid at that point of time. So it's perfectly okay. Now you are a grown up. Now you're much smarter. Now I'm telling you the way of what you had done in the earlier childhood, and you could speak your mother tongue after listening. And what was happening to you? It was RSLW that was happening to you. As a small kid, this is what was happening to you. RSLW. You're not writing, you're not speaking a lot, but listening and observing was happening at a lot of and a lot of repetitions of these words were happening. A lot of repetition of the sentences were happening, and you were catching. Your brain has got that magnet for languages. See, languages are very, very essential for success. It's very, very important for survival. Imagine a child. If the child is hungry, why do we learn languages very fast? The mother tongue very, very fast. Because if the child cannot communicate to his mom that he's hungry, or suppose he has got hurt on his hand, and if he's not able to describe that pain to his mother, it will be very difficult to heal that particular pain. And that is why our mind is automatically built for languages. But we don't realize that. We have given up on that particular skill. But if you listen and observe, that is what we have been telling you, RSLW. And that is what we have been telling you and doing also in the MMDC process. More of LSRW. When you do a lot of listening, a lot of reading, because your mind is automatically a receptor for all these languages, you learn the language very, very quickly. Automatically, the words will fall in place. As a small kid, I don't think somebody told you how to write which word after which. The sentence formation part. At the age of 2, nobody taught you the concept of sentence formation. Nobody taught you the concept of grammar, but still you were able to speak grammar and speak those sentences, long, small, difficult, not difficult sentences, with your family, with your friends at the age of 2. The mother tongue you were talking without any support of grammar or sentence formation. How? Exposure. For the first 1 or 2 years, you're getting exposed to millions and millions of sentences from your family members, from your grandparents, from your friends, from the television, from YouTube. You're getting a lot of exposure. You went to a small school, you were interacting with small kids, and you were getting more and more absorption of that language. For languages, it is said that languages are acquired. Nobody can teach you languages. I cannot teach you language. No, it's not something like an injection I can give that to you. No, you have to acquire language, and your brain is already ready for that. The only thing is for the parachute to open up. You open up the parachute, open up the particular way of learning, and learning will start coming automatically to you. So it's just about more and more of exposure, and that is already present in the MMDC process. If you just listen to it, if you just trust it, if you believe in it, and if you do it, you will see the actions. The actions will show the results. Okay, so just keep on doing the actions and you'll be getting the results. And get as much exposure. So we have given you 1000 phrases in the 3-day workshop. We have given you more than around 15-20 movies and particular web series. We have given you a lot of stories. Are you doing all of that? If you can do all of that together, trust me, your learning will be very, very fast, very, very smooth into that, and you don't require the grammar support. Don't worry about the grammar part initially. You should be worrying about the grammar part at a later level in your English. So first try to gain the fluency, because that is how you have learned your mother tongue also. First thing first, what you learned was fluency. First thing first, what you learned was playing with the words. You were playing with a lot of words. Not all the sentences that you were speaking at as a small kid was correct, but you were playing with a lot of combinations, and that is very important. You have to play, you have to fall down, you have to learn from your failures, and then you have to just keep on growing and growing and growing. And look at the way you speak at your mother tongue right now. You speak so fluently in your mother tongue. How has that happened? Right. Thank you. So yes, we'll go to the next question. I hope I've answered it. If there is any sub question to your question, you can ask it. I think Nits was asking for some question. Nit S.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Nitin
yeah,
Sharma.
Nitin Sharma. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, please. Sir, my question is that I'm find some fluency in in English speaking,
Hmm.
but my concern is that, okay, sir, how can we use a power words like
Hmm.
impressive word? I
Hmm.
want to learn that words because, sir, I able to speak. You can check,
Hmm.
but I required some power words. They can improve. Like someone is impressed that the person is using a good words. How
Hmm.
I will read this word? How can I memorize this word, sir?
Okay. So I think we have most of the questions gets repeated week after week. So if you have watched our earlier videos, also we have talked about this concept. Any particular word, if you want to remember it, if you want to start using that particular word in your sentences, day-to-day sentences, it requires at least 8 to 10 repetitions. Right? You have to practice before you make it perfect. So you have to start using those sentences with in the normal conversation. So to learn the words, and you have to start using that 8 to 10 times while you're talking to, like you're talking to me right now. So you'll have to take some extra efforts right now. Now, if you look at Karan Johar, if you look at Shashi Tharoor, if you look at Bollywood celebrities when they come to Karan Johar's show, or the way they talk, they have been using these words on a regular basis. My point is regular basis, right? If you keep on doing what you are normally doing, you'll be getting the normal results. But if you have to add some extraordinary thing to that, if you add some extra words to that, impressive words to that, so that your English sounds beautiful, For that, you'll have to take some extra efforts, and the extra effort is you'll start using that in a normal life also. So whatever new word you have learned, try to put that in the sentences that you use with whomever you are talking. So suppose you're talking to Hina ma'am, suppose you're talking to Amog or Riti. So whatever new words you have written down or learned in the last few days, try to incorporate that into your sentences. Try to use them in your sentences, and then speak the sentences. You have to speak that up. I told about the concept of muscle memory. Your muscles have to get used to that particular word. If you're not practicing it, it's not possible. It will not be possible that I memorize the words and words will come automatically to my mind when I'm speaking with somebody. No, you'll have to speak the sentences out. You have to learn the words with the phrases. That will be the best combination in which you can go ahead and start using those words. Trust me, even I face those kind of issues, to use a difficult word and to sound impressive. So there are two ways of actually sounding impressive, or impressing somebody with your English. One is the old school method of using difficult words. You can use difficult words and you can make people go wow about your English. They can go in awe about your English. Or the other method is you can become fluent. You can become absolutely fluent, and then you can impress people. So when you're speaking, you have to vary your particular speed. So at one point of time, I can speak very, very fast, and then suddenly I'll drop my speed, and make sure that everybody in the room understands what I'm speaking. So there are two ways of impressing. One is through words, which you are talking about right now. You are impressing people with difficult words. That I have a very good, knowledge bank of words, power bank of words. I've got a very good, bank balance of words, dictionary of words. I know a dictionary of words. That is one way of doing it. The other way is people get impressed by your fluency also, right? So don't worry
So,
about those kind of concerns. It's not a very big concern, but I think practice is the key.
so
So
my
Hmm.
concern is that yes, I feel a fear about this because the pronunciation is creating a problem for me.
See,
Because if I
mhm,
that because if I write a one word, so
mhm.
sometimes I fear that maybe I wrong pronounce the word. This is a
So
fear.
you will have to listen to a lot of conversation in that case. I have talked about this concept in the 3-day workshop also. Many of the times I keep on talking
Yeah,
about this
yes, I
concept.
remember. I remember
The
that.
concept is the concept of active listening. You know what? Sometimes it happens. I was talking to an English professor, and she told me this very interesting thing. She told that there is a particular slang that they use in Bollywood. If you look at the actors, if you look at the directors, if you look at the way Bollywood talks, because they try to copy Hollywood, and they speak in
So
Indian
yes,
accent, and they have got very beautiful, and the kind of words that you are actually talking to, wanting to speak, they use it in their normal conversation. Now the best part is, how do you get those words into your into your, how to say, nervous system, or into your particular veins, so that you can speak that naturally. It happens through exposure. So I was talking to this English professor, and she told me what she does is, season 7 of Karan Johar show is out. She'll go and watch all the episodes of Karan Johar, and she will be actively listening. What is the meaning of actively listening? Have a pen and paper ready. Listen to that conversation. If Karan Johar talks a particular word, if he speaks a particular word, Akshay Kumar speaks a particular word, she notes that down, the way it is being pronounced. She will reverse, go back 10 seconds back into the video, YouTube video, or wherever he or she is watching. Go 10 seconds back and listen to the way they are pronouncing it. There are two ways of doing it. One is, you can go to Google. You can go to Google and look for the pronunciation. But the
yes, sir.
problem with
Yes,
Google pronunciation is that it will give you an English version of it, because Google is US based.
US based, US
So
based.
it will give you a US conversation, US accent, US pronunciation. But that is not what you want. You want how it is being told in India, right? So you have to listen to a lot of content on YouTube, and you have to actively listen. You have to use the pause button a lot. You have to rewind the video. You have to watch that again, listening to the sound. You have to get that sound, and when you have to also repeat that sound. If you want that word to come into your mind, or into your sentences properly, you have to repeat that particular thing multiple number of times. If you can do that, then automatically over, it will not automatically, but over a period of time. It's not something, language is something which is built over time. So I keep on telling this in the main meeting also, in the support call also, that even I am on a journey with all of you. It's not as if I have become the best in the world or something. No, I'm also on a journey with all of you. Even I'm trying to improve. You might be impressed by me, but trust me, I have so many people with whom I get impressed. So there is a Shashi Tharoor waiting out there, right? He speaks so good. I
Yes.
want to follow him. So the point is, you have to keep on stretching your boundaries. You have to keep on, learning new words on a daily basis. If that is what you are actually looking for impressing people, or for maybe sounding sophisticated and impressing people. So you have to be on the constant journey of learning. So whenever you're watching a video, don't just watch a video, because if you're just consuming, see, it is said consuming without action is leads to nothing, because the words are not going to stay with you for a very long time. Try this one particular small, I give this trick to everybody. It's not a trick actually. It's actually a way of talking about your leaky brain. Your brain is leaky. So if you don't give your brain, right, something to, so if you're not written down something, if you're not taken a note of that particular content, the entire content will get removed from your brain, because your brain does not have that capacity. Just do this one exercise and you'll be able to understand the limit of your brain. Your brain is not, made to handle so much of information that we're giving it in today's date. So just go and watch 10 Instagram stories or reels, tonight. So you watch 10 Instagram reels tonight, and in the morning try to remember the 10 reels. You will not be able to remember that, because your brain is not, ready to accept information in that way. So your brain is ready to accept information only when you're actively listening, actively reading, actively making notes. Then your brain knows that, okay, this content is important for me. I have to use that at a future date and I will remember it. It's about repetition. It's about practice. It's about actively getting involved in that learning process. So English language, beautification of the language is also something like that. You'll have to actively get involved in it. You have to practice that multiple number of times. How do you practice it? You can practice those difficult words in these meetings. So if there is a meeting going on, try to insert one or two words, difficult words, into the conversation that you're doing with us, because this is a practice thing that we're doing. Majorly what we're doing over here is practice, 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 because we feel practice will make you perfect. And that is actually happening with so many of you. We have an interview lined up with Neha Mishra, all because of practice. So what you have to do is, when you're creating those scripts for the day, okay, one more thing, what you can do when you're making those scripts, suppose you have made a script for that day, and if you're using chat gpt, I do not know whether how many of you are chat gpt using chat gpt. If you're using chat gpt,
Yes, sir, I use it.
what you can do with chat gpt is, suppose you've written two paragraphs, 100 words. What you can give a command to chat gpt: beautify, and then semicolon, put the entire 100 words that you've written. What chat gpt will do, it will insert new words automatically. You present that new beautified content in the 9:15 meeting. When you're talking to Kavita ma'am, talk on that particular new content. What is happening? Repetition, repetition, repetition. The more you repeat, the words will get stuck into your memory, because muscle memory is happening. You're repeating those words a multiple number of times. So for 21 days, if you can learn 21 different topics, for 90 days, if you can do 90 different topics with beautified particular content, what is going to happen is your brain will get used to speaking in that particular way, which is one level up. And that is how you want to go ahead. That is how you want to go ahead and do that. And the other thing that I told you is consume content, actively consume content, like Karan Johar's show, or watch some good movie, like just watch this particular Made in Heaven season 2. Okay, the latest web series that has released on Amazon Prime, I guess. The latest season is really good. The season number 1 was also good. Look at these rich people, how they talk to each other. They are, a different level altogether, and they speak a very different kind of English. They have a different kind of a slang that they're using, and they use different difficult words also. So just listen to them and absorb those words. write it down the way they're speaking, so your pronunciation will also be solved, you're getting entertained also, you're learning something also, and you're able to use that the way they actually use, right? The rich and the famous, how they're using those words, you'll be getting a proper say understanding of that word and the context in which it has to be used. Everything you'll be getting. You need not depend on dictionary, you need not go to the books, but even while watching a movie, even while watching the Instagram reels, you can do this exercise. Listen to the reel 2 times. If there is an interesting particular phrase, listen to that content 2 times, and you'll be, I talked about the movie's name, Parmeshwaran, are Made in Heaven. I keep on talking about, watch all the seasons of Karan Johar, the Coffee with Karan. He's done brilliantly over there. I keep on talking about, this particular movie, this Slumdog Millionaire. Then you have to watch the movie. I've given a list. I know the syllabus will be sending once again. Shreya and Yamshi, if you're listening to this, please send the syllabus, 79
Sir,
pages
Karate
PDF.
Kid, Karate
Karate,
Kid's I think is Karate Kid.
Karate Kid is not what we have sent. Karate, there is a syllabus. We have given you a PDF file. In 3 days workshop, we had given you a PDF file. It contains the entire list of movies. Okay, the White Tiger, you have to watch the White Tiger. Then the particular movie, I'm not getting the name of that particular movie, but you have to watch. There is a list we have given already. Just keep on watching those movies, because these movies are in Indian accent and difficult words are also getting used. Just listen to it, get exposed to more of difficult content, and you'll be able to play with it properly. So playing is important, but if you use the difficult content, then it will be getting, your particular part, it will become you. So when that becomes you, when the language becomes you, when the word is very comfortable with you, then you'll be able to use that very comfortably anywhere outside with the confidence. Right now what is happening with you, Nitesh, is basically you're not able to use the word, because you've not actually used the word, you've not seen how it is getting used. If you start using the words the way they are using it, if you listen to them and then you use it, it will be a much different picture. It will be a much confident picture that you'll be facing yourself. You're feeling that, I am actually doing it in the right way, just I'm justifying the word. That will happen. Okay, so I'm almost done with these two questions. Any other questions that we have today?
No, thank you, sir. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Good evening. I'm Malesh.
Yes. Hi, Malesh. How are you doing? And what's the improvement level? It's 3 weeks
Yes,
already for you, sir.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm feeling okay, sir. Now,
You're feeling okay,
so
comfortable.
my question is, yeah. My question is, whenever I go outside speaking with some person,
Mm-hmm.
I will get stuck in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
My mind will go to blank.
Okay.
So it will take some time to recover all those things.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, if it's possible to provide to our more accountability partners or MMDC experts
Mm-hmm.
speaking with us, spending time at least 5 minutes with us,
Mm-hmm.
it will help us a lot.
Yeah, that is what the process is all about. The process is all about giving you more and more calls. So I think you'll be getting calls from Kavita ma'am, Amogha, and Riti on a kind of regular basis. If you're not
Now
receiving
only one
calls,
person calling every day, and another guy will call 2 3 days later.
so
I can't.
one person will call in alternate day, and the other person will call you on a regular basis. That is what the process is. So maybe Kavita is giving you a call on an alternate day, or Riti or Amukha will be calling you on a regular basis. So what you can do is you can alternatively. They see many of the students have started now talking, interacting on the group by raising their hand. That is one way of talking also. So not accountability partners, but yeah, you're getting some exposure. See, basically, point is you have to get more and more exposure to English, and that will happen by maybe the method does not matter, whom you're talking to does not matter. What matters is how much practice you're doing, because your problem is not that you're not able to talk to an accountability partner. Your problem is you're not able to talk to anybody. You're getting stuck with anybody while speaking. It's not that I talk to Hina ma'am and I get stuck. Then talking more with Hina ma'am will help. Right now, the problem is you're talking to anybody and getting stuck. So the problem is anybody can solve that particular problem. Who is that anybody? Anybody can be all these accountability partners. If you're wanting more calls, or if you're wanting more interactions, your interactions are not happening on a regular basis, you can put a message to Share ma'am. Share ma'am, please arrange a call back, and she will try to arrange. She will be finding out, because we have some 4% members also. They want we give them the list of some people who are really interested in improving their English, and we give them the list of important top 25 learners. So if you want those kind of calls, those calls will come to you. And the rest one is that you raise your hand in the group. People will be willing and more than willing to talk to you. There are so many people who are wanting to find out, because see what will happen, accountability partners will be giving you calls only at a certain point of time, maybe in the evenings, because most of our learners, they tell us that, we give us a call in the evening, we are free that time, mentally free, and we are ready to talk at that point of time. Morning, somebody has school, somebody's got college, somebody's got a office, so we don't call at that time. But in the group, whenever you are free, right, you can raise your hand. There are 730 members out there. Somebody might be free at that point of time. Okay, at least 200 of them are active. So somebody will give you a call, and you will be facing that particular problem. You'll be getting stuck, but now you'll be getting practicing that particular problem. You're facing your fear on a regular basis. So you're getting stuck, but still you're continuing. You're getting stuck, but you're pressurizing your brain to remember. So one time it will happen, two times it will happen, three times it will happen, and then it will become a flow. And that flow is very, very important. So I think it's a solvable problem. So three things I said. Number one, you're getting sufficient number of calls, I guess, from our team. If it is not, put a message to Shema, and she will cross-check that entire calls that which are going to you, and she'll be arranging a call in case it is not going. And third thing, please start raising your hand in the group. It's a platform. Everybody is on a similar journey. And trust me, many people would be willing and loving to talk to you, because you're from South India. The only language that is the common language that you know is English. So anybody who's calling you from North India has got only one option. So anybody from North India will be more than willing and be loving to talk to you, because you have a problem. You can understand only English and your mother tongue. So it will be a blessing in disguise for both of you. So both of you
Yes,
can
sir.
understand
Yes, sir.
only one language. So
100% sure.
right,
In
that is
India, we have more than 25 languages. We can't
absolutely,
learn all those things.
and
But
that is the
English is a very common language. We can
common
communicate with
language,
people with
common denominator.
easily. Yes,
Absolutely.
that is why I'm asking. I'm practicing more and more with
So
some other
just try
people.
raising your
Will
hands
get in
also in
order
the
to
group.
get fluency.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Thank you so
So
much.
I have seen, in the earlier batches also, we have seen a lot of South Indian students. So what happens with them, the learners from South India, they're very good in English, but the only thing is their English is not that polished. So right now, what your job is, what your requirement is, you polish your English with us, practice it as much as is possible with as many people as is possible. So one is accountability partner. The second one is you putting a message to share. Or third one is raise your hand in the group, and there will be more than willing people to come down and interact with you and help you in your journey. And if suppose your hand is raised, and if the accountability partner has not given you call on that particular day, he or she will be willing to connect with you, and will be willing to solve that particular your talking issue, if they are free at that point of time. So I think if you combine all three of this, you will definitely get what you're looking for, the results that you're looking for, the polishing that you're looking for, the practice that you're looking for. Okay. So anybody else?
Okay, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
thank
you.
you, thank you, Malish. I'm just want that your interview gets concluded very, very soon, because you are already into that particular level where you can now face the interview. I think you're in level 2 already. So great job, Malish. Keep on growing like this. Keep on improving and getting it better, and bringing it more laurels to us. So yes, the next question
Thanks a
will
lot, sir. Thanks a lot.
welcome.
Sir, I have one question, sir.
Yes, Saubhagya.
Sir, I'm Saubhagya. Sir, whenever I am free, I am trying to speak with myself, sir.
Wow.
But while I'm trying to speak with others, then words will not come in my mind and I'm not able to speak, sir. Why it would be happening, sir? And how can we fluent from this, sir?
You're talking to Malaysia, and that is perfectly okay. You said you talked to Malaysia,
Again, sir?
and you said that when you talk to Malaysia, right?
Okay, sir.
No, I just repeat your question. You said you talk to Malaysia and everything is okay, but when you talk to somebody else, then there is a problem.
So he told that when she
Yes, sir.
talked with herself only.
Okay, when she talks
Then
to
she
herself.
is
Okay.
comfortable. Yes.
Okay, so what is happening, Saubhagya? It's very good that you're talking to yourself, because this is one another method, a great method to improve your English. It's kind of the perfect method. You can talk to yourself, because that is one way you're
Yes,
practicing
sir.
your English. It's a very good method. You can practice that mirror talk. Go and talk to your mirror on a daily basis in the morning. Give it a lot of confidence that yes, I can
Yes.
do it. Yes, I can do that. That is one part of it. But the problem is when you're talking to yourself, okay, there are no limitations. There is nobody who is judging you. There are no eyes which are falling on you. There is nothing which is complicating that process. Now, Saubhagya, you would have tried making a video. You try making a video, when the camera is switched on,
Okay, sir.
suddenly you feel that somebody is watching me. Now the problem is, as when we were small kids, it was perfectly okay that okay, if I fall down, nothing is happening. I'm a small kid. Who knows me? I don't have my ego. Nobody will be able to laugh at me. But right now, we are employees somewhere, maybe husbands, wives. We have grown up into an individual. We are working at a salary of 1 lakh, 2 lakh rupees. Now we have got an ego. If we fall down right now, if we make a mistake right now, we feel bad about it. And that is why when you're speaking with somebody else, you don't want to be judged. You don't want people to laugh at you. And that is why your mind starts playing the game with you. When you're talking to yourself, you know, this is me, this is how I talk, there's no issues with that. But when you're talking to somebody, you don't want somebody to laugh at you. You want that you speak in the perfect particular way, the way Amitabh Bachchan talks in KBC. You want that smooth of flow. And there is where the error starts happening, because you're expecting perfection. That's the biggest problem. So at
Yes,
MMDC,
yes.
we believe that don't follow the process of perfection. Don't try to be perfect. We believe in the concept of 85% rule. That even when we are speaking, when I'm speaking to you right now, I'm not concerned about my grammar. I'm concerned with about only one thing right now: whether whatever I'm speaking is able to get inside your brain. That is my only target right now. Grammar is not my concern. See, communication, you have to understand it a very different way. Written communication has to be 100% right. 100% grammar, has to be there inside written communication when you're writing something. But when you're speaking, it's perfectly okay if you're 85% correct. So when you're speaking with somebody, just try to be 85% correct from today onwards. Don't try to be 100% correct. And then and put that inside your mind that right now, even when I'm talking to you right now, I am making at least 10 mistakes right now. I have already made. Say, just change the sentence. I am making and I have made. I've just changed the sentence because that sentence was not right. So what is actually happening when you're speaking with somebody? Give yourself that relaxation, that 15% mistakes I will make, and there's nothing wrong in that. So when you give your brain that particular message that even if the sentence is wrong, but there's nothing wrong in that, what's going to happen automatically? Your brain will not have that stress, right? And the third thing that you have to do is you have to practice. So in spite of you facing problems, in spite of your brain switching off, in spite of you not getting the words, don't stop there. Keep on talking to as many people as is possible on a daily basis. Whomever you're talking to, accountability partners or people who are calling you, or when you're raising your hand, somebody is calling you. If somebody is raising their hand when you are calling them, just keep on failing. Okay, I call that failing. It's not actually failing, you're learning in that process, but I will say keep on failing on a daily basis. This is another method of learning. If you want to learn anything really really fast, do this in a reverse way. Okay, people go and try to become the toppers. Don't try to become a topper. Try and make 10 mistakes on a daily basis. So when you're talking to Malaysia, suppose, when you're talking to Kavita ma'am, make 10 mistakes. There is a target I'm giving you of mistakes. Go and make mistakes. Because it's not possible that you learn without mistakes. You have to do the mistakes. So change the target. Don't seek perfection. Don't try to be 100%. Try to make mistakes. And then what will happen? You'll be practicing more. What we have been saying, you have to practice more and more. And what we have also been saying, this is a language parent community where people over here are actually language parents. They're helping each other in the community. We are all on the same journey. You, me, Sonia ma'am, Vandana ma'am, Saranya, Nishu, Rajare, everybody is on the same journey. They all want to improve. They're not perfect. I am not perfect. Manisha is not perfect. Saubhagya is not perfect. Swashish is not perfect. And that is why we are here. So we can all help each other. Nobody will be laughing at you. Nobody will be making fun of you. But what is happening? You're getting some amazing practice, right? So that is important. When you start practicing, this fear will slowly and slowly and slowly go away. It will not happen on day one. It will not happen on day two. But over a period of time, when you do it for 10 days, when you do that for 20 days, when you do that for 30 days, you will start to see that your fear is no more there. Your fear is going down, 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 and zero. Then you have a lot of confidence, and then you can speak in front of any stage. So it's a process. You have to go through that particular process of failing, 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 practicing, 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 and then suddenly you will find the comfort that right now when you're comfortable with the camera, you will face the same thing. You're comfortable with people also. So in the breakout room, we ask you to speak in front of 8 members. In this particular meeting, you're speaking in front of all these 27 members. When you'll be giving your interviews, there will be 30, 40 members out there. You'll be speaking in front of them. So there is a level that we have kept. Level 1, level 2, level 3. And every level puts you at a different pedestal, and puts you at a different challenge. It's a challenge. To challenge your brain to speak more with various kinds of people. And that is what will be giving you more and more fluency and more confidence. It's not just about fluency. You're already fluent. Maybe when you're speaking in front of the mirror, you're already fluent. But what is more important is the confidence part of it. The fluency and confidence. When you have both of this, then you'll be able to go to the next level very, very fast. You just keep on doing it and you're on the right path. Okay. So Sabhagya is done. I think Prajakta raised her hand. Yes, thank you. Thank you, thank you,
Okay,
Sabhagya.
sir. Thank
Any
you,
other
sir.
question that you have, you can ask Sabhagya.
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So, Prajakta, you were
Okay, thank you,
asking.
sir.
Welcome. Yes, we'll be doing that, Malaysia. Absolutely. Prajakta, you're asking something? I guess you raised your hand or unmuted yourself.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. No questions. I think let us move to the next agenda in that case. So, Hina, if you're there, or Yamfi, who's taking the next session?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay, fine.
So, Neha ma'am, please just be on camera.